Hi everyone, it's Adam from my office once again. Now, when I, a man of God, tell you a place is a then believe me, it's a A few videos back, I went over Palestinian territory and why the Holy Land that is Israel and Palestine is anything but. I did this in a video, I warned everybody, I got nothing but criticism from people. This is why I turn the comments off in all my videos now. Okay? Oh, you can't say that, it's just a different culture. Do you still believe that? Yeah? Seen the news lately? Listen to what I am telling you. I know what I'm talking about. I went there, I've been through it, okay? I mean, they won't leave you alone. And the reason for all of this, I can tell you now from experience of going into Palestinian territory, is they need money, alright? They just want money. They are seriously desperate because of how poor they are. And this is what they'll resort to. Now, there is the other reason, of course, that they feel that they've been invaded, and that's why they're just slaughtering all these Israelis. But, I mean, it will be a whitewash because they're so poor, okay? There's no way they can keep this up. They're just going to get obliterated now. And you know what? They deserve it. The way they treat people, especially foreigners, like especially tourists, is absolutely appalling. Okay, they are scum of the earth, and they're getting, yeah, they're getting their comeuppance. They will be anyway. They've been bombed like crazy in Gaza. This is what you get. This is what you get. I'm just looking at a video now where it's just been flattened. And I tried to tell people this when I came home. Okay, I was in Jericho and they were firing AKs whilst I was at the water park, alright? I could hear it outside. I didn't want to leave the water park, alright? Because I was like, what's it going to be like once I step out and, you know, have to get back to this hostel that I was taken to, yeah, by this family that literally looked like terrorists, okay. But fortunately, it was a proper hostel, thank God, and they just wanted tourists' money, okay, so I stayed a night. They made me book another night and a tour as well, but I didn't stick around for the second night. I got out and found a place that I booked online. I couldn't find it the night before because this minibus driver was like, oh yeah, I'm your best friend, I'll take you to my brother's house, my brother's hostel, and you can stay there and so on. Oh, we can't find that one you've booked. No, we don't know where that is. Come to mine. This is like what I experienced, and I literally felt like I was in a house of terrorists. Some guy was missing a finger, okay? Yeah. These people making bombs and so on, they've got digits missing, sometimes limbs and so on. I was like, at the time, I was just like, oh, that's a bit odd. What, this guy's a bit lost his finger, yeah? The guy who was running the hostel. And then when I got home, I twigged on, oh, hang on, probably because he's been making bombs. Anyway, I get to this hostel, and I'm sat there on the sofa, and I'm surrounded by these Arabs, like, you know, look the part, man. They look the part. It's like, gee whiz, what? What's going on here? They won't leave you alone until you've booked a tour the next day, and you know, agree to stay at their hostel for, you know, for a while. Um, and like you're pressured into it, you know. You got these like fat old Arabs like sitting round, you know. They got the proper dress on, the proper attire, and they're smoking these hubbly bubblies, and they got that shifty look in their eye. It's like flipping heck, man. Anyway, I stayed there for one night. I've never stayed in a hostel before. I always go for hotels, you know, 3-star and above. But this was my first time in a hostel, and fortunately, I had the room to myself. Um, but yeah, just being surrounded by these guys, wow, it was scary. Now, I had a similar thing in Egypt when I went to Egypt in 2015. You feel pressured into purchasing something if you go in a shop, even if you're on a tour. Even the tour guide will take you into the Egyptian shop where, you know, he knows the people that work there, and they literally won't let you leave until you buy something. Okay. Now, in Egypt, uh, there was an attack there. Karnak. I was going to go and visit Karnak that morning, but my plans had changed. And yeah, some guy blew up some market stalls just outside. You know, the tourist police, they just, if they see anything suspicious, they just shoot you straight away. You know, they got this guy before he could get the tourists. You know, at the Karnak site itself, um, they took out some stalls, but it was okay. So I mean, I know how bad it is over there. Um, at the hotel I was staying in Egypt, the guy told me there that Sinai is where it's the worst. Well, back then it was. Probably still is. He says you don't hear about all this in the news, but you know, back at home you don't hear about this, but there is a terrorist attack on the police in Sinai like every day. Okay. Anyway, it felt like Egypt, but it was worse. Okay, in Palestinian territory at Jericho. You know, I went to Jericho for the purpose of my book and, you know, to do some research and so on. And unfortunately, it's Palestinian territory. Yeah. Yeah, and the manager at the hotel I was staying at, he said if he went um, into Palestinian territory, if he went to Jericho, this was at Tel Aviv, you know, I was staying at Tel Aviv. He said if he went to Jericho, they'd kill him. Yeah. They hate us Israelis. I thought it was exaggerated. I was like, oh, it's a bit extreme, isn't it? But no, obviously not. Judging by what we've seen in the news lately, okay? They're beheading babies, okay? Taking people hostage at this rave. You know, it's full on over there, man. And it's because they're so desperate, alright? They're angry because of the Israelis like occupying their land, but I'll tell you what, they made a complete mess of it. Okay, as soon as you cross over from Palestine back into Israel, all right, immediately you have this sigh of relief and you feel like you've gone back into civilization. Okay. I even said out loud, oh, found out loud, like, civilization, yeah, you know. Anyway, you're seeing it now, aren't you? You're seeing it now. Yeah. We need to listen to what I'm saying and just keep your mouth shut about this. Like, oh, it's the culture. Yeah. Well, clearly, it's the wrong culture. Alright? Anyway, that's it. I've said my piece. You heard my story. I was there last year. Well, this time last year, September, October time, and you could feel it escalating back then. Yeah. AKs going off, sirens, police sirens. In some places, like loud, what seemed like explosions, but you're not quite sure. And fires in the street. Like, I thought that was a bit odd. I was like, what's that all about? You know, I was just walking across to get an ice cream, and I saw this fire in the street, and I think I get the impression that the police try and keep it on the down low, you know, how bad it is over there by just like trying to cover stuff up. I don't know, I'm just guessing here, but it's just a random fire in the street and nobody was there, you know, like the situation had been dealt with already and silenced, you know, that kind of thing. Cleaned up. That's, yeah. Yeah, don't want to scare the tourists. They might, they might not want to stay. And then, what are we going to do then? We're going to be even poorer, yeah? Wow. Anyway, like I said before, don't go to Israel. Yeah, it's anything but the Holy Land, guys. I mean, I look at prophecy and, you know, the third temple being built and Jesus returning and so on, but you look at the state of that country and you think, yeah, right, yeah, it just doesn't add up. And why is there a mosque, yeah, on Temple Mount? Yeah. Anyway, ain't gonna be a doubting Thomas, right? I know the word is truth, yeah. And I did get saved, yeah. I know Jesus at a personal level. I even saw him like when I was in my like early 20s. You know, it's what it was my calling, and that's how I found out more. Went to church and started doing all of this. Yeah. Blessed are the pure of heart, for they shall see God. Jesus says this, and it's true. It's true. There are others who claim to have seen him, and it's because they're pure of heart. Okay. Yeah. You get to see him, if that's the case. So I don't understand why all this stuff in Israel and Jesus returning and the temple being built. Now they are really pushing for that now, this temple, this third temple being built there. So that is kind of being fulfilled. That's good, you know. But I don't know why God would want to return there. I really don't. It's probably the worst place in the world. Well, one of the worst places in the world. But I guess that's why. Yeah, okay. He's got a job to do. He's got to sort them all out. Yeah. He's not coming here for his holidays. He's coming to sort everyone out. I guess that's why. Yeah. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Yeah. Remember what I said a few videos back. Because it certainly seems to be the case now, doesn't it? You may not have believed me then, but I think you do now, don't you? You're seeing it now, aren't you? You're seeing it now. Yeah. It's just been flattened.